Hey guys, it's Caitlin, your geeky girlfriend. Welcome back to part 2 of the Big Box unboxing featuring books and products from Paperpie. So this is summer 2026. I've got some new releases in here and just products that are available and in stock right now. Now I am a brand partner with Paperpie, so anything that I show you in this video, you can shop in the link in the description of this video. And I'm just going to go over I'm just going to show you guys a little peek inside of all these products. These are all products that I purchased for my own purposes. And I did get some of these for free. I got some of these for 65% off, some of these for 50% off, just by hosting an online gathering. And so we'll kind of talk about what that is, how to go about doing it if you are interested. But we'll just take a look at the products that I got. And I will be doing more in-depth sneak peeks of all these videos in my Well-Read Wednesday Shorts series. Episode 1 was posted this week, so make sure you go check that out. All right, so we are going to dive in here, and like I said, I'm just going to show you guys what the products are. I will be sharing the retail price because, again, you can shop any of these in the link in the description of the video. Now, I did mention that I got a lot of these by hosting an online gathering. And so if you want to host an online gathering, all you need is your phone and a Facebook account. And me as your brand partner takes care of all of the posts and the polls and the giveaways, which are all part of the online gathering. And you as the host just have to invite your friends and family. And you can you can receive rewards. And this week, going into the week of July 27th, Paperpie is having a brand new special, and as of August 1st there's going to be all new customer specials, and you can get free books just by ordering $50 worth of books. There's going to be a lot of big discounts on this site starting this week, so this is a great time to kind of check it out. And if you're looking for recommendations on books for your readers at home or your friends or your classroom, you can comment bookshelf down below and I'll send you a personalized recommendation list. Okay, first, Laundry Day Sort and Play. So this actually comes with, it's taped. I don't want to open it right now, but this is like a little washing machine. There are little felt clothes in here. And then throughout the book, you go through and you sort the clothes out. So this page, let's sort the 4 socks into 2 matching pairs. So there are 4 socks. You're going to do the long red ones and the short gray ones. So lots of different concepts addressed in this book. This is perfect for your toddlers. A great way to kind of get them involved in the chores and things in the house. This one, in my opinion, now I'm not a Montessori teacher, but in my opinion, this one would lend itself to Montessori-based teaching or Montessori toys. I'm trying to get my angle better so you guys, so the top of my head isn't cut off. It's a little better. So this one is a great one. This retails for $13.99. It says, "We're beep beep, the laundry's done. Let's fill up the laundry basket and it's ready to go. Sort out the clothes and choose what to wear." So lots of different concepts, pairing clothes, matching them, sorting, all kinds of different concepts. Here's the clothesline the clothes can hang on. So lots of different ways to be interactive with the little clothes in here. And this is super, super cute. Like, look how cute those little clothes are. So we got that one. The next one is Kisses, Cuddles, and Goodnight. Again, you guys still can't see the top of my head. Let me scoop this back a little bit more. I'm improvising here with my camera prop. Okay, so Kisses, Cuddles, and Goodnight. This is part of the reusable sticker series. The All Better book, which you might have seen ads for, heard about, is one of Paperpie's most popular books, and it comes with reusable stickers. And there's the All Better book, Feed the Animals. There's Good as New, and the All Better book and Good as New feature little reusable band-aids, and you help the animals heal their injuries. This one is all about bedtime. It comes with 5 reusable stickers of different animals, and it says everybody knows the best way to get ready for bed is a kiss, a cuddle, and a good night with a favorite cuddly toy. So you go through and help the animals go to sleep by giving them their little plushie toy. This one retails for $12.99, and it is sealed and shrink wrap, so I'm not going to open it for you in this video, but when we do our Well Read Wednesday series, I will feature these, and once I actually open it and my daughter uses it, then I'll put it in the Well Read series. But the little plushies are the stickers, and they are truly reusable. I do have the All Better book and the Good as New book already, so I'm trying to just collect that little series. Okay, next. This one is heavy. This one's a hefter. This is Forgotten Fairy Tales for Brave and Brilliant Girls. So I got this one, obviously, to give to my daughter when she's older. This is a very hefty book. And they have one for, I think, like Adventurous Brave Boys or something like that. So there's like a boy one too. But this one is, it has different... It's more like a chapter book, so it has different stories. We've got the Daring Princess, the Sleeping Prince, Snow White and Rose Red, Clever Molly, Kate Crackernuts, the Nettle Princess, the Wise Princess, Fearless Fiona, and the Spellbound Knight. And so there are 8 different fairy tale stories. Things that are slightly different tales than what we've heard before. And you can see there's a lot of text on the page. There are some pictures, but this is going to be more of like a chapter book or things that we're going to read together as a family. So this is going to be one for your older readers, but it is very hefty. And like I said, this would be a good bedtime storybook, a good introduction into chapter books. Like you could read a fairy tale a night or a fairy tale over a couple days, and kind of use it as an introductory to a chapter book. Like I said, there is another one in this little series. This one retails for $19.99, and that does seem maybe a little bit high priced, but it is heavy and it's hardback and really thick pages. And like I said, these are going to be more for your advanced readers. But I just love the concept of these retellings of the fairy tales. Okay, speaking of fairy tales, we have Usborne's Fairy Tales for Little Children. So this is kind of the precursor to this one. I would say, Paperpie does have like board book versions of a lot of the fairy tales. They have the peek inside, the lift the flap versions, and then we're going to get to this one. As you can see, this one doesn't have as much text on the page. We've got pictures, and this one obviously is about Jack and the Beanstalk because Jack went to bed full of gloom. I should have known there's no such thing as magic. So this one has... We've got Little Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks, Jack and the Beanstalk, Cinderella, and The Princess and the Pea. So here's the Little Red Riding Hood one. So we've got about 5 different fairy tales in this version. Now, this one, as we said, this one is a more kid-friendly version than the Forgotten Fairy Tales. So you can like build up to the Forgotten Fairy Tales. Start with the board books, then you've got this one, the same stories retold in a different way with different pictures. Lots of things you can do from a classroom perspective. Also, this would be great for like a novel study, a unit study. You can do different tellings of Little Red Riding Hood and the different fairy tales. Also, the cover of this book is absolutely stunning. And again, we've got a nice hardback book. This one retails for only $14.99. And again, it kind of goes with that Forgotten Fairy Tales. I would say the age range of this is going to be like your pre-K. You could definitely do this for pre-K, but definitely your school age, 2nd, 3rd graders. If not, maybe even 1st and 2nd. Because, like I said, not a ton of text on the page. You can do this as like a shared reading. Next we have Frog on a Log. This is a board book version of the very popular phonics readers. And I have talked a lot about the phonics readers in some of my other videos. And I have the complete set of phonics readers. We've actually read them all to my daughter. They feature titles like Snail Gets the Mail, Mole in a Hole, different things like that. And they all focus on like a different sound concept. This one is a board book version, Frog on a Log, similar text and like repetitive rhymes and things like that. It also has flaps. So this is a great one to just introduce these books to even younger readers. So this is a phonics story. This is considered the board book edition. I do think that this one is in a regular storybook version with paperback and pages. And there's also Ted's Shed, Goose on the Loose, Hen's Pens, and yeah, it looks like those are the four. Ted's Shed, Frog on a Log, Goose on the Loose, and Hen's Pens are all in this board book series. So get the board books, get the phonics books. The phonics books also come in minis if you're hosting a gathering. And just look at like the cute little illustrations. So this one's going to get added to my daughter's book rotation right now. Then another one that's probably going to get added to the book rotation now is another title in the That's Not My series. This is, again, one of Paperpie's, formerly Usborne's, most popular books for younger children. Also forgot to mention this one is $4.99, so a great stocking stuffer. But these ones have so many different titles. That's Not My Dinosaur. That's Not My Puppy. That's Not My Monkey. That's Not My Dragon. That's Not My Unicorn. They have so many different titles in this series. I have and personally own the monkey, the dinosaur, and the puppy. And this one is That's Not My Teddy. I think it's great for bedtime, just like the stars and all that, but each of the pages features a different touchy-feely texture for young children. And they all feature parts of the body too. That's Not My Puppy, his eyebrows, his ears, his paws, his tongue. So different body parts, different textures, lots of different words and adjectives to describe different sounds. That's Not My Teddy. His paws are too woolly, and it just goes through different things. But this series is also really cute. $9.99 for these ones, and there are tons of different options here. That's Not My Kitty. That's Not My Monkey. That's Not My Pig. Like, so many different, I don't even know if those are actual titles, but I'm just giving you examples because there probably is a title that matches anything that your children have interest in. Again, this is $9.99. We've got a hardback cover, thick board book pages, perfect for babies. And like I said, I have 3 of those in my daughter's book rotation right now, and that one's going to go in there. Okay, so we're going to take a short pause just to again reiterate, if any of these books are striking your fancy, you can shop them at the link in the description of this video. And if you want the chance to get some free books, some of these titles for free, comment host, and I will send you everything that you need to know about how to host your own book gathering. These are going to be for people who are teachers, are moms of young children, having a baby soon and want to stock up on some books so you can read to your child early. We started reading to my daughter when she was like 2 days old. We got home from the hospital and we started reading a book every night before bedtime. Some nights we read one book, some nights we read one page, but she loves to look at books. She flips the pages, and it's a great way to reinstill print readiness and print awareness. You know, if you read to your child and they see you flipping the pages, they learn that you read right to left. They learn how a book should be oriented, so that way when they do go to school, we're not opening books and reading them, right? So they learn page orientation, which way the words are read, and not only that, but it also encourages and promotes more rapid language development. There's lots of research on this. I'm a teacher, not a speech pathologist, but you can find research that supports reading to your child is one of the key ways to ensure that their language is developing at the rate at which it's supposed to. They learn intonation, they can learn concepts like rhyming, different types of words, getting a bigger vocabulary, and then also just listening to your voice helps that bond also. I could go on a whole rant and tangent about how important it is to read to your child, but know that I'm raising a reader and these books can help you do that too. But without these books, go to your library. Your library has great resources, and they have books for newborn babies, books for tummy time, all the things. So even if these books aren't striking your fancy, don't make that an excuse to not read to your child. Go to the library and check some things out. Okay, we're going to finish the books first, and then I'm going to show you guys the learning palette mats because I think I'm going to put those in a separate video. So this video, we're just going to do all of the books. Check out my learning palette video and my classroom haul because I did get the learning palettes, and then I'm going to show you guys the mats to go with them and talk about that in a separate video. So those were also in this box. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different mats. Again, those are in a separate video. So if you're interested in that, go check out that video about the learning palettes and the mats. So we're going to continue on with the books. This is Finger Trail Mazes, and it is just what it says. As you're reading the book, you can use your finger to complete different mazes. A great introductory fine motor skill. And each of these pages features a different little maze, and literally just start anywhere on the page and see where it leads you. So these are also great for visual motor development and scanning. Visual motor skills and like completing a maze is another big fine motor and visual motor skill. So great way to introduce like using one finger, hand dominance. They do have a start and a finish at each point. So on this one, you have to start down here, and the finish is actually all the way up here. So they do, like when they're younger, just tracing with their finger is a great fine motor skill. But then as they get older, they can continue to use this, again, to develop their visual motor skills and completing the task, and also their cognition in completing the maze and following the pattern. Each one has a different little scene to it. So super, super cute. This one retails for $14.99. And again, hard, sturdy, hardback with a board book, and the mazes too are nice and thick, so you're not gonna worry about them ripping or anything like that. So this one I'm probably gonna give to my daughter, and maybe not this birthday, but maybe next birthday. So a lot of this I'm like stocking up, and I'm gonna keep as gifts for her when she gets older. This one is This Girl Can Do Anything. Now look how big this book is. This is a unique shaped book. They also have this in boy version as well. This Boy Can Do Anything, and it is $14.99. It says, meet Ruby. She knows what she wants. She knows who she is, and she can do anything. This wonderful book celebrates strong girls the world over. It will empower and encourage every child to use their voice. So it kind of has a fun graphic novel style to it as well, but I advertise and like to think of myself as a pretty strong personality woman. I do have a bold personality. I live by this mantra of I can do anything, and my will be done, sort of speak. And that sounds intense, but I think this book really reiterates that. So if you want to raise a strong, independent woman, independent girl, independent boy, you can have the boy version. I obviously got the girl version because I have a daughter. If I have a son, I will get the boy version too. But for right now, I just got this one. Like I said, the illustrations are more that graphic novel style, which is appealing and something different than your traditional storybooks. So love that. We see a theme here. Strong girls. Okay, next one. I am excited about this one. I actually don't know that much about this book, so we're going to kind of check it out together. So this is called The Book Without a Story, and it says, Dusty the library book has never been borrowed, dreams of finding someone to share his story with. Will he find his perfect reader? So this is kind of an interesting take. Oh, I love when a spine breaks for the first time. Okay, so here's a little sneak peek. And again, in my Well Read Wednesday series, we're going to dive more into these books, the themes, all of that. But this is just a peek inside of the covers, talking about the stories. So this one looks really cute. I do see a dinosaur on the cover, so we might have a little bit of tie-in to that. This one retails for $12.99, and I will say, if you've noticed a theme, almost all of Paperpie books are hardback books, which is great. They're great for quality, and the quality stands, they're not going to get super easily ripped or whatever. Now, obviously, these books need to be, that's another thing that books can teach your children, is taking care of things and caring for books and how to use books appropriately. Whereas some of the library books, library books get handed through sometimes they go through the ringer, but books of your own, they learn ownership and possession and what that means to take care of things. So when you're reading a book, we don't rip it, things like that. But you don't have to worry so much with these hardcover books because they last longer. Then we got Shine a Light at the Library. I have talked about the Shine a Light books in my other videos, especially in this little short series of videos that I've been doing where I've been unboxing things. This is a series that, honestly, it's probably my favorite Paperpie series. They have something for every topic. They have a human body, getting sick, going to school, at the library, nighttime, oceans, animal camouflage, in the garden, at the farm, at the construction site, and so on and so on and so on. What's really cool about these books is when you're reading them, you're going to use a flashlight. You're going to put your flashlight behind this page, and then there's a hidden image that's going to show up on this page when you read it with a flashlight. And so this one's all about being at the library. I got this one for my family because we do go to the library a lot. We're involved in a lot of the summer reading programs, etc. So not only do I love the series and I'm trying to complete the collection, but I also got it because we go to the library a lot. So then that one retails for $12.99, which is pretty consistent with all of the other Shine a Light books. Then I got this one. This one is pretty cool. This is called You Choose, and this is the fairy tales version. There is another one that's just called You Choose, and it says it's a new story every time. So what's cool about this one is this is kind of like a choose your own adventure story for older readers, but now we get it in sort of a book for younger readers or even kids, and it can be a bedtime storybook. So this is just an example of one of the pages. It says what items might be handy as you go about your quest. So then depending on what you choose, it prompts you to do different things. It says, be prepared, your fairy tale may put you to the test. So we've got some rhyming language, and then depending on what objects they choose, it tells them to go to a different page or do something different. So pretty cool, and there's different pages, but then also there's one that's just called You Choose, and that one just goes through, what do you like to play with? What are your favorite colors? So just a preference in getting to know people. But this one is pretty unique. It says, welcome to your fairy tale. You choose your own once upon a time adventure. You choose a character, not weapons, that's not the word I wanted to use, your items. This is great for, like, this goes hand in hand with a lot of video games too, so you can do that. But this one's really fun. Again, hardback, and there's a picture of the regular You Choose. Both of these retail for $12.99, which I feel like for a hardback book that's of like, this is a big book. That's a fair price. All right, and we're at the last book, you guys. Other than, like I said, those learning palette mats, check out the other video for that. There's going to be a separate video where I talk about the learning palettes and the mats. But then this is our last book in our big box. It's Life-Size Ocean Animals. Shine a Light is my favorite series by Paperpie. This is my second favorite series. I absolutely love these, and I've shown several of these in this video and others. But this whole series shows kids life-size objects or animals or things, and it compares them. So this is a life-size mimic octopus. And this is just one of the examples. So this is the ocean creatures one. And as you're reading the book, it gives the readers different things to compare themselves to. So this is really what this looks like. So you can hold this out and see if your arms can reach it, things like that. And this one has a traditional one, just life size. There's baby animals, ocean animals, and I think deadly animals or dangerous animals or something like that. So this one just is helping me complete the collection. It's how do you measure up against the world's largest and smallest ocean animals? Here are the other titles. So we've got regular life-size dinosaurs, life-size baby animals, and life-size deadly animals. So that's kind of fun, especially if you have a kid who's really into the ocean, really into animals. My daughter's nursery is sea creature themed, so we kind of did go a little bit hard in the ocean stuff. And yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to talk about these in a separate video, so make sure you go check that out if you're interested. A great, like, independent work activity for the classroom, great quiet time activity for at home, but I'll talk about all of that in the other video. Again, comment host if you want to learn more about hosting your own online gathering. Comment bookshelf if you want a personalized list of reads for your home, for your classroom, what have you, and you can shop any of these products in the link in the description of my video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a lot of Paperpie content here on the channel recently, but I am reactivating my brand partner site, so I'm trying to get back into it, and I want to take you guys along with me. So thank you all for being here and watching. And again, check out the other video for the classroom products that I bought in this order. And again, these are all things that I bought for my purposes and that I use here in my home, in my classroom, and in my library. And I love books, love raising a reader. So I hope that you all want to do the same. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember, this is part 2. check out part 1 for the rest of this huge box unboxing. And then there was a separate video, which I unboxed another special product. This order altogether had 3 boxes in it. So go check out the other parts of this video and stay tuned for more books and more paper pie in the future. Thanks guys. Have a great one. See you later.